Hey everyone, and welcome to the channel. So today we get to take a look at the 2024 GMC Yukon. This is the XL Denali Ultimate. Huge shout out to Carolina Auto Direct for providing this jumbo SUV for me today. They're always getting in some very cool inventory. Definitely take a look at their website. That link is down in the description. This Yukon is finished off in white frost. MSRP is just over $104,000. Now this Yukon is powered by the 3-liter turbo diesel V6. It's paired to a 10-speed automatic transmission, pumping out 277 horsepower, 460 pound-feet of torque. That power is primarily sent to the rear wheels. However, this does have the 4-wheel drive system. It weighs in right around 6,000 pounds. 0 to 60 is going to be around 6 seconds with a top speed of 112 miles an hour. It also has a max fuel capacity of 28 gallons, and with the turbo diesel, you'll expect to see around 20 miles per gallon in the city, 26 out on the highway. This also has a wheelbase of 134.1 inches. Its overall length is 225.2. It has a width of 81 and a height of 76.5 inches. As we move on to the exterior styling now for this GMC Yukon, this is the last year for this generation. For the 25-year model for the Yukon, it's going to have a refresh and some different upgrades, which will hopefully be very nice to see. But for the 24-year model, we'll start off with the massive grille. GMC is also in large letters. There's a hidden forward-facing camera, plenty of cutouts within that grille too to provide a lot of cooling, and a very nice dark gray trim accent for that entire surround. Definitely it takes up most of that front end. But you'll notice too that the LED headlights, high beams, and turn signals, along with the DRLs, have a really nice design off of that grille. There's also LED fog lights down below, all of the parking sensors, another cutout right in the middle there, as well as on the outsides of those fog lights to provide a little bit better airflow. And then very nice lines coming down the hood, meeting the outer section of that surround for the grille. So I think it gives it a really nice integration and just has a big presence to it for this massive vehicle. Now, as we work our way to the side, this Denali is equipped with a set of 22-inch wheels with a multi-spoke design to them. You'll notice the Duramax 3-liter badge on the side, along with Denali, which is finished off in chrome. Now, there's some gloss black accents in the lower section of the door there. And then there's two-tone for the power folding side mirrors. They have the camera and the turn signal. There's a moonroof up top, along with the roof racks, and then a mixed color combo between chrome and black for all of the window trim. Now you'll notice, hopefully from here, this is the XL, so we have a lot more space behind that third row there. So it is stretched, but I think it has a great look to it, especially with the lines that run in the lower section there, and then we have large windows, which give it a great look. Now this does have an integrated spoiler with the third brake light. Wiper blade is tucked up there nicely. There's the backup camera along with the LED taillights, all the parking sensors, and then this has a max towing capacity right around 8,000 pounds. So it's very practical for people in storage, as well as hooking up trailers if you need to do that. And then with this diesel, you can also remote start it, which is nice. And then you have two different buttons here for the liftgate. So you can use those controls, or you can use the two on the vehicle. Over on this right side, there's a hidden button for the glass. So you can actually open this up independent from the power liftgate. If you have some smaller items or you just need quick access, that is very, very nice and helpful to have. Obviously, if you have some bigger items, you can open up the entire liftgate and work your way into the back. Now, at the moment, I have the third row down, and there's probably 6 feet of space here until you get to that second row there. So there's a ton of room for any items that you need, along with a little bit of hidden storage underneath. There's tie-down hooks as well. There's even a 3-prong outlet, so you can use that. You can use these two controls to fold down the entire captain's chair. So with both of them folded down, you can tell there's even that much more space where you can put in longer items. And then the third row is power operated. So the second row, you will have to go back up and fold up. Third row, you can quickly put up and down. And then even with the third row, look at the amount of space. This is almost larger than most 2-row vehicles with the amount of cargo that you have. So if you are hauling around a lot of items, this is definitely the vehicle to get. Now, as we work our way into the second and third row now, you can lock and unlock this from the back door handles, which is nice. And this model also has the power retracting side steps. Now take a look at this interior with the wood and chrome, along with all of the leather. There's the Bose audio, and then plenty of storage in that door panel itself. And then very nice leather seats with the two-tone design, the white piping, really nice integrated pattern in that insert there. And then the second row does move forwards and backwards. And then if you pull on this one twice, this is how you can gain access into the third row. So that's how you can flip it up, or of course you can just walk through the middle since they are a captain's chair there. Now at 5'10", I have a lot of space. Like I said, you can move these seats forward if you need to, but even with that one all the way back, I have plenty of room. 3 people can fit in the back here, and I have around 2 inches of headroom. Honestly, I could be extremely comfortable. I have a cup holder, a little bit of storage, armrest, even an auxiliary there. And then we have the headrest, giant windows here. So this is spacious for the XL. You can definitely have this third row packed full of kids or even adults like myself. And then super easy to get out. So I have plenty of headroom with the way that the door is shaped there. And then you can easily fold this seat back up. And then from here, we can slide it backwards and give ourselves plenty of room for this captain's chair now. You'll notice there's storage pockets behind both front seats, and we even have the massive tablets integrated behind the headrest. So you can go through this information as you need to, and it just makes it nice, especially if you're on a long trip. You have a comfortable chair and some entertainment to watch. Now there's 2 cup holders in the middle, all the climate adjustments. These are even heated captain's chairs, and then there's plenty more auxiliaries for some more information there. And then I have almost the same headroom, which is surprising to see as the third row. But I can also recline this too and go all the way back, enjoy my movie, and just hang out in the captain's chair. So it is a great place to be. And then of course you have the space right in the middle there if you just want to walk through. So honestly, you want to be driven around in this Yukon. It's a nice place to be. Front door panel is just like the rear. However, there's all the automatic window adjustments along with your window controls. There's even the memory seating adjustments and then the same amount of storage down below. And we have Ultimate right in the middle there with the Bose audio in the headrest too. And then some more automatic adjustments are down on the side of that seat. But let's start this up and we can go through the rest of this information. You'll notice right off the bat, there's the light on the top of the steering wheel. This has the Super Cruise from GMC, so you can use that as needed. This has a full leather steering wheel, cruise and adaptive cruise control settings, as well as your steering assist. And then on the right side, there's Bluetooth and voice commands, and then all the controls for the gauge cluster. So currently on the left side, there's miles per hour. Right side, there's the tach along with what gear you're in. And in the lower section, there's engine temperature and your fuel level. Now currently right in the middle, there's phone. You can also go into the display layout, so you can actually change the entire gauge cluster with how you just saw it. So it's going to change slightly there. There's also a digital setting that you can go into, and then the last one is going to be clean. So if you want to hide away this information, just show your miles per hour, you can do that. But if you want to go back through the rest of the info for this gauge cluster, we'll go back to Classic, where we can go back and you can actually control now what you would like to see in those 3 sections there. So really cool to see that, along with adjusting the head-up display. You can go through some more vitals here, just depending on what you need to see for the day. So you have some trip information along with some timers, TPMS, and some general info like that. You have your audio along with your nav, you have your phone when that's paired, and then you're back to settings there. So really nice to have all of that front and center. And then with that head-up display, it's currently just showing miles per hour. Now on this left side, we have a lot to go over. There's the e-brake along with a shortcut to the 360 camera system. So when you push on that, you can pull this up, of course, where you have so many different angles that you can go through, even some trailer views that you can pull up. So it's very, very helpful to have, just depending on what you would like to see. Now also over on this left side, there's traction control, parking sensors, which you can turn on and off. There's a downhill assist, engine start stop. Pushing on this button here is for the parallel parking assist. So you can use that, of course, as needed. There's the lane keeping assist, all of your 4-wheel drive selectors, and even a mode that you can push on for the ride height. So this does have the adaptive suspension, and you can raise and lower that as needed, depending on what you are doing for the day. Now there's also the headlight adjustments along with your fog light controls, a trailer braking system, and then some more info that you can go through with that head-up display. So I mentioned earlier it's just showing miles per hour, but you can also pull up the adaptive cruise, the compass. You can even look at your pitch and roll along with your drivetrain, and then back to just miles per hour. Now there's one air vent over on that left side. And then working our way back to the middle, there's 2 air vents just above the infotainment system. Now if we go to the home, you have your split screen here with your map and your music, and then you can go through the rest of these icons. There's Apple CarPlay, Android Auto, you have My GMC, so you can quickly go through all of this. There's even a trailer system that you can go through, so if you're towing, you can go through that. You can pair your phone, of course, pull up the navigation, so this has the Google Maps, and then you have music as well. So pretty easy system to go through. And then to the left of that, this is your gear selector. So with my foot on the brake, I'll pull for reverse, you push for neutral, pull for drive. There's also a low range gear, so you can use plus and minus to shift through that, and then park is back at the top there. Now underneath that, there's power and volume for the radio. There's also some physical buttons, so you can go through the infotainment system using these controls here. And then you have all of your climates laid out very nicely. There's dual zone, where you'd like the air to go, heated steering wheel control, along with some defrosters as well. And then this even has heated and ventilated seats. There's also the rear climate adjustments that you can get into. So just by pushing on that, now you can control everything for the kids in the back. Laid out very nicely, very easy to go through all of that. Now there's more beautiful wood trim that you can open up, where there's wireless charging and some auxiliaries on one end, and then the other side you have 2 cup holders. Now right in the middle, there's a storage spot where you could place your phone or other smaller items, and then you have a massive amount of space in that armrest. There's also a lot of space in the glove box there, more wood trim just above that, and this even has the digital rear view mirror. So if you need a little bit better visibility, you can flip that up as needed. And then up top, there's controls for the power liftgate, as well as being able to fold down seats in the back. So you can push on those if needed. There's garage door buttons, as well as the touch sensitive dome lights, and the control for the sunroof and the sunshade. Now take a look at visibility from the driver's seat. This is a long SUV, but the windows are so large that it does aid in some better visibility. And you do have that additional camera system if you need some further help. As we set off now behind the wheel for the Yukon Denali XL, as you've already been able to tell, this is a huge SUV, but driving it, it's not really as big as you would think. Obviously, if you're buying something like this, you know it's going to be a big vehicle. It feels like we're in a pickup truck in a sense, with how high it is, how wide it is, but at the same time too, it's something that you'll get used to in driving if you need something this large. And if you're looking for something this large, I hope you're using it to its full capabilities. We have a lot of passenger space, a lot of cargo space, really nice, healthy towing capacity for this particular engine option. And this is a really nice vehicle to drive. It is so smooth, especially with the adaptive suspension. I don't have any complaints with it. I've been in a lot of the GMC models that have the suspension, so I am used to driving vehicles with it. And it's something that is just going to give this more of that luxury feel, especially for this price point. This is something that you want to drive very, very nice. And even doing a 3-point turn there, it's pretty much what you would expect. We didn't have a small road there, but it was pretty easy to turn this around. And as far as power goes, with 460 pound-feet of torque, let's get this up to speed. And for a heavy vehicle, we are up to speed, merging well with traffic here. So I don't have any complaints with the turbo diesel. It's also going to get some better fuel economy than the V8 option that is available, of course, but it just depends on what your preference is. You have a few different engine options to go with. For the 2025 year model, I'm not sure if they are gaining or losing an engine option, but we'll just have to wait and see for that refreshed design. And we even have massaging seats, which I didn't mention earlier. Now, one drawback to the massaging seats is that you have to use the controller on the side. It is not a touchscreen system for the massaging controls. I think that is something that is a huge miss, because while you can get used to using this control, in the amount of GMCs that I've been able to drive, I haven't gotten used to it as far as using these controls. I think it's much easier just to tap the system and go through that. But nonetheless, you get massaging seats to make this that much more comfortable to drive. It's not too loud either for that turbo diesel, which is nice. For a luxury SUV like this, you can hear it slightly, but it's not like older diesels where you just heard it as soon as you started to give it a little bit of gas. So it's pretty comfortable for having that option. So now let's go over to the plus and minus here. Let's go to second gear. We'll give it some gas. Now, in using these controls here, this is not something that you are going to do just by pushing plus and minus all of the time. That is mainly for towing situations. Maybe if you're going off the pavement, you want to hold a gear and you need to use it for those situations. Just daily driving, I don't think anyone is really going to use that, but they're there if you need to use them and when the conditions are right. But this is what it's like to be behind the wheel for the GMC Yukon. And so one thing that I want to briefly talk about is the cruise control. Now we have the normal cruise control, which I can activate. So we have that set, we have the distance pacing that we can use. This model has Super Cruise. Now, I'm not sure the exact speed limit, but I believe you have to be going highway speeds. So let's say 60, 65, 70 miles an hour, somewhere in that range in order for the Super Cruise to activate. I'm not close to the highway, we're not getting those speeds today, but I have used Super Cruise on other GMC vehicles in the past. It's a really nice system. Some of them have the entire augmented reality, so you can actually see the forward-facing camera within the entire gauge cluster there, as well as the light that will appear on the top just to make sure that you are paying attention. So it is a very nice, helpful system to use. You have the steering assist as well, which is going to aid further in that. So it's a really nice system. I wouldn't call it exactly hands-free. It is something that is hands-free, but obviously you want to still be paying attention and see where you're driving, of course. But Super Cruise is a really nice feature to have, and for the price, you would expect it to have that feature. And this is just a really nice jumbo SUV. It is large. It's not something that I would personally need, but I could see the need for it, especially with the amount of storage that's located behind the third row when the third row is up. So if you're throwing in soccer equipment, football gear, whatever it is with all the kids that you have no shortage of space. So the prime focus for this XL is it's stretched for that additional space, but it still has all of the nice amenities and features that you would want, especially at this price point. And we'll do another 3-point turn on this narrower road where we might have to hang off slightly here to make this turn happen, but even on a road like this, not that bad for its size. And visibility, we might have a little bit of a pillar here with that screen there, but not all that bad. But that is going to wrap it up for the 2024 GMC Yukon. Once again, huge shout out to Carolina Auto Direct for providing this jumbo SUV for me today. Take a look at their website, give this video a huge thumbs up, and consider smashing that subscribe button so you don't miss out on our daily uploads. I will see you all in the next video.